Alright, what's up everyone? In this video I'll explain diet, bulking, cutting, basically everything you need to know in order to reach your goals. If you get something from this video, like and comment, I'll appreciate it. And yeah, enjoy the video. Alright, what's up? So, a couple days ago I asked my Instagram story. I basically said you guys could DM me anything you want to know and I'll answer you, I'll give you advice. So, the number one thing I got asked was how to bulk and how to cut. I think that's kind of crazy because how to bulk and how to cut is probably the most basic thing that you could possibly think of when it comes to diet. A lot of people want to know details about it and how to do it, so I'm going to explain that in this video. First, I'm going to start with caloric maintenance, because that is the most important thing to know. So, caloric maintenance is the amount of calories you need to eat to maintain your weight. So, basically what that is you take the number of calories that your body burns through the day and eat that much, you'll retain. So your body burns calories obviously through movement, through when you're working out, but also just by functioning. Just me sitting here moving my arms around, just my body metabolizing is actually burning calories. So for me personally, my baseline maintenance is around 2,900 to 3,000 calories. So how I found that number is I went to a caloric maintenance calculator online, plugged in all my information, height, weight, activity level, and it gave me a number of calories. So I started by seeing that number, and then I added 200 calories. This is when I was trying to bulk. So added 200 calories to that, and I ate like that for a little while. But then you may say to yourself, okay, I'm not gaining weight. Up the calories. Okay, it's been another week, another 2 weeks, I'm still not gaining weight. Up the calories again. It's that simple. You need to find a maintenance, eat above it. If you're not gaining enough weight, eat more, and then eat more. Or if you're gaining too much weight, eat less. Works the same way for a cut. Now, once you know your maintenance, you can eat 200 to 500 calories below your maintenance, and you should lose weight. If you're not losing weight, eat less. If you're still not losing weight, eat less. Now, in order to lose weight, instead of eating less, you could also add cardio. If your caloric deficit is 2,700, you could actually eat 2,800, do 100 calories worth of cardio, and you'll be back down to 2,700. So that's how cardio can assist you on a cut. Now, cutting is almost never necessary if you're a teenager. Unless you're obese, very overweight, then it would be necessary. But for most of you, if you are skinny, then you should be bulking. Now, anything over 50 to 200 calories surplus is not necessary. You're just going to be getting extra fat. So I am a strong believer in lean bulking. Definitely don't dirty bulk. I'm going to put a picture up of my dirty bulk. Very much regret it. I was in a 500, 600 surplus a day. Was not necessary at all. If you are skinny, if you do not have a lot of muscle mass and you want to increase your muscle mass, a 100 to 200 calorie surplus, 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, heavy progressive overload in the gym, getting as much sleep as you possibly can, preferably 8 hours. That is what you need to grow. It is that simple. Now, if you have an excess of body fat and you want to gain muscle while losing body fat, and you're within your first couple years of training, you can do that. What I would recommend is eating in a 100 calorie deficit, still getting in your 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, still progressive overloading, heavy training, but the only difference is you're in a small deficit, so you'll be able to shed off some fat while you're putting on your muscle. So I've talked about bulking, talked about kind of recomping, which is what I just discussed, losing fat while gaining muscle, and then there's also cutting. So the only time you should really be using cutting is 2 circumstances. You just started lifting, you have way too much fat. Like, you are obese and you need to lose a significant amount of fat, then you should be cutting. Or at the end of a bulk is when you should be cutting. Now, a bulk should last at least 6 months, preferably a year. Now, if you're dirty bulking, you simply can't do that. Problem with dirty bulking is you'll bulk for 3 months, get too fat. Oh, I'm going to do a little bit of a cut. Then you'll cut a little bit, lose some of the muscle, bulk up again. It's called yo-yo dieting. It basically gets you nowhere. So what you need to be doing is dedicating 6 months to a year to doing a lean bulk where you'll be gaining a lot of muscle, and yes, over that time you will gain a small amount of fat. I mean, I've been bulking for maybe 6 months. I've gained some fat. My abs aren't as good as they used to be, but it's just what it is because I'm gaining a lot of muscle and strength too. So 6 months to a year of bulking. After that point, you can decide, okay, I've put on a lot of muscle. I've also put on a little bit too much body fat. So I'm going to do a very lean cut or a recomp where I'm going to lower my calories 100 to 400, 500, making sure to hit your 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. That's important during a bulk, but it's extra important during a cut because when your calories are lower, you're naturally going to be more catabolic. Catabolic is when your body's in a state of burning muscle for fuel, as opposed to anabolic, where your body's in the process of putting on muscle with the calories you have. So if you are catabolic during your bulk, it's very important that you're getting in your protein so you won't lose muscle. So in conclusion, basically what I would recommend is a lean bulk for 6 months to a year, preferably longer. If you can lean bulk for 2 years, amazing. Once your body fat gets to the point where it's excessive and you have too much body fat to the point where it's affecting your mental state, your mental health, or it's just becoming unhealthy and unnecessary, then you can bring your calories back to baseline, maintenance, and then slowly lower your calories from there into a deficit. And then you'll shed the fat. And then once you get back to a decent point, right around 12% to 14% body fat, preferably around 12, maybe even a little bit lower. Once you get to that point, then you want to slowly implement more calories again and work on your next bulk. But I don't recommend a quick bulk and then bulk cut, because that'll get you nowhere. Muscle and strength is built in the time where you are doing a lean bulk for a long period of time. And what I said may not seem like a lot of information, but it is simply all you need to know. Because in the end of the day, the calories that you are eating, the quality of the calories from healthy foods does not really matter. At the end of the day, what matters is calories in, calories out. How many calories are you eating? Is it above your maintenance, at your maintenance, below your maintenance? How many grams of protein are you eating? Is it enough for your body to be growing optimally? And that's basically all you need to know for diet. The last thing I'd say about diet is micronutrients. Micronutrients are vitamins and minerals that you get from fruits and vegetables, also supplements. So, for example, you get potassium from bananas. You'll get vitamin C from oranges. You'll get different vitamins from different foods. Micronutrients are not necessary. They don't directly affect body composition, basically meaning that micronutrients aren't going to affect the amount of fat you have in your body, the amount of muscle you have in your body, but they are important for your health. They are important for how you feel, which can indirectly affect your workouts, which can long-term affect the amount of muscle you gain. Now, during a bulk, I would say micronutrients are extra important because you're giving your body a lot of calories. You could be putting on a slight amount of body fat, which generally isn't healthy. So having micronutrients is important, especially because during a bulk you may not be eating as healthy of food. So micronutrients is important. What I do is I take fish oil, which is good for your heart, your joints, just in general good for you. Vitamin D3, good for your mood, especially if you're not getting a lot of sunlight. Every once in a while I'll take apple cider vinegar pills. They're not necessary. Just something I personally take, and the most important of them all is a multivitamin. This is the multivitamin I take. Multivitamin is very important because it's going to give you the baseline of all the micronutrients you need. If you are taking a multivitamin, you're basically good. I would implement some fruits, vegetables. I don't eat vegetables. I hate vegetables, but that is basically everything you need to know about dieting, bulking, and cutting. One last thing I'll talk about is foods I recommend for bulking. I found that almonds and peanuts are the easiest thing to get your calories because one palmful is like 200 calories. So just eat a handful of those with every single meal. You could easily get an extra 800 calories. I recommend making shakes with whey protein in them, oats, bananas, honey. all ways to get in more carbs. Recommend things like Chipotle. Every once in a while, you could have something kind of unhealthy. Remember when I was bulking, I used to have Ben and Jerry's every once in a while. When I was really low on my calories and needed more. So you can be a little more lenient when you're on a bulk cutting. I would just recommend filling up on low caloric dense foods, so fruits, vegetables. You have those with every single meal, they'll allow you to fill up more, not be as hungry. So yeah, that is everything I know about diet. That is everything that one really does need to know on how to obtain a good physique and reach your goals in terms of strength, hypertrophy, body composition. And yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed that little rant because I knew a lot of people wanted to know about it. Alright, so it's 2 days later from when I recorded that. I just wanted to say if you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, and comment. It's much appreciated. And yeah, that's basically it. Next video will be either a chest day or a leg day that I already recorded. And yeah, see you guys in the next video. Peace.